then there's no keeper for the high main. Just gonna play his own Shredder. What do you think are the chances? Like, do you feel like there's gonna be a Murloc coming?
Well, there could be if a quick shot comes out, and like the thing is, you could also just try a snowball out of position here, because you can just play the Powder Shredder and keep pushing.
Right.
Is there a reason like to play this cautiously if you're Cipher? Do you play it slowly and go quick shot, mad scientist, or do you just play Shredder and go 7 for the face and leave the Druid having to answer this?
I think you wanna clear this, otherwise the Shredder is gonna trade into the Spider, and then Swipe would be so good.
Alright, so the fact that Swipe can be a threat is not something you want. Alright, I can see that. Makes sense.
Yeah, because that's like, that should be a consideration. So maybe something like a quick shot on that, and then hope that the minion can be cleared with the Clive Zuka.
It's a Murloc, doesn't matter.
Oh my god! What?
No!
What?
No!
Cipher!
No,
What?
Cipher! What did you just do?
Did you even play Hearthstone?
No!
What?
No, Cipher, no! No! I'm so sad right now. That is not right.
Imagine Lifecoach's face. Can you even imagine his face if that had been...
No!
No, Cipher.
I'm so
I know it's
sad.
a crappy minion, but it could have... You wasted
was
it.
Murloc, and then he didn't kill it with... Oh, man!
Cipher, what have you done? You ruined this entire game. You know what? I'm out, Savitz. I'll go. I'll come back later. Oh, Cipher, you ruined everything.
Oh, God.
I can't get over this. That's it.
Well, that's, yeah. To put it mildly, that's a misplay.
Yeah. Free +2/+2 on a web spinner.
That's to the face with the weapon, like...
Yeah. And now he lost it.
What's done is done.
Little hungry crab. I guess it wasn't so hungry after all.
No. Not hungry crab.
Starving crab, more like. No, he's dead.
Yeah. You might still win, but it feels wrong from after that. Like, I feel like he should not win after missing that opportunity.
Yeah. Well, Cipher, when he played up against Trump, I think, in the Vulcan Deck Masters, he finished second place, but there were a few misplays on the way up. Like, he played pretty well overall, but there were a few misplays like this that were just a lack of attention. Like, he played... Like, his game plans seemed to already be present, and so when RNG, like Unstable Portal, came into play and stuff like this, he didn't adapt to it on the fly as well. Like, he plays very solid when he knows what's going to happen, it seems. So he didn't consider that Hungry Crab could even be relevant.
Yeah.
Like, at what point is that even a thing? So, yeah.
It's such a rare situation that he didn't, like, realize to look for it, I guess. But it's still, like, I don't know.
When you're on the caster bench, you look for stuff like this. When you're on the player bench, you're not really
we have
looking
time. We don't
at
have to
stuff.
care about like the other stuff. We have the perfect information. We have both players' hands and stuff. So
Yep.
let's not be like too hard on him.
No, I'm not hard on Cipher. I think he just autopiloted.
Yeah.
In most cases, his play was like perfectly correct, in just about every time. So we'll see if Cipher. I mean, this 4/6 is a bit annoying. What is the trap that he got? I'm assuming it's going to be a freezing. I know he was playing snakes earlier, so it could just be a freezing trap or a snake trap.
Right.
Do you just play Lepernome, Pilot of Shredder, Hero Power? And if snakes come out, then you have a target for Houndmaster, or do you Houndmaster now?
I think you Houndmaster now. Like, he doesn't have any more beasts. So it's like a Houndmaster is gonna be really difficult to use later. Oh.
So he's gonna go for the Houndmaster now, guaranteed that he's gonna be able to get the buff. Because assuming the creeper gets popped and a swipe comes out, then value is not guaranteed anymore.
Ooh, so he chose to attack with that.
Yeah, we have to assume it's a snake trap, unless he's trying to bluff Lifecoach.
No, there is no swipe, so he's not gonna get punished for that. I mean, if he didn't attack, then it would have been weaker to the silence.
I think now the question is, even if Lifecoach is able somehow to get a foothold on the board, the only way he wins is if Doctor Boom and the 1/1s go full face.
Right.
That's pretty much it, and then he's able to go for a Force of Nature Savage War, because playing from behind here is almost impossible to recover.
It's in really bad shape. If he plays something like another Ancient of War, maybe he can like stabilize with that.
Yeah, great.
Oh, snakes.
Yeah.
Always snakes.
Yeah, we saw Cipher play that a bit earlier.
Yeah, we did. I just forgot about it. Is that game?
That's never
It's
good.
close.
It's close to game if it's not game yet.
Yeah.
It's not quite game, but it's close to game.
Alright.
A little bit off lethal. Not quite there yet, but he's close enough that, I mean, at next turn he's almost guaranteed to get it, right? Like, nothing can kill Cipher. He's basically going through the motions. At this stage, when you've got such a big health lead as a hunter, if your opponent is under 15 and you've got the board, very often it's just a matter of making it last as long as you can to get those hero powers in.
And this is like, he still has like 2 kill commands left in the deck too, and if there's some, one quick shot once used, so he can't draw that, but like Eagle Horn Bow.
Yeah, there's a few cards that could have killed him right now. Oh man.
Yeah, but I mean, there has to be like a Lord Walker Cho coming out of that one.
Lord Walker Cho, top deck Ancient of Lore, heal up and win. Oh, never mind.
Oh, that's game.
Totem Golem, a little bit problematic for Lifecoach.
Yeah.
So that's going to be first game for Cipher. So 1-0 for Cipher.
Yeah.
Lifecoach not looking too good right now. So 2 players. This is the winner's match, by the way, for those of you who might have been wondering. So these 2 players won their first match. This is their second one. Cipher is looking to win this.
I would normally say well done here, but I after that hungry crap, I don't want to.
Oh man, when casters can get salty, you've done something definitely wrong. Oh god. Alright, so we'll see if Lifecoach goes for the Druid again. Might try to queue it right away, because in the Conquest format, whatever you think's your weak spot, you just throw in there.
Yeah. We saw Lifecoach last time, in his last match, go Druid, lose with Druid, then go Druid again, lose with Druid, and then go Druid for the 3rd time. Do you think he's gonna keep Druiding it up here?
I think he will only play what he thinks is worse overall, because it doesn't matter for him in which order. Lifecoach is known for saying it almost doesn't matter, unless it's like a preference thing, where he wants to play a certain deck.
It seems like he will mix it up a little bit here. And this is interesting, like, does he want to try to get like Jiraxos or Mulliganis with the Void Color? I think he might want to try to get the Jiraxos out. The Mulliganis is a bit weak to like Big Game Hunter, but he knows the Cipher is playing Handlock. What can a Handlock do to a 3/15?
Sacrificial Pact.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It's not in there, but it's also not in there Siphon Soul. So I would kind of like to see him maybe give the Jiraxos with the Void Color. But I'm not sure, like, it's definitely a...
the games can end very fast, though. That's one of the things with Handlock, is sometimes the games last very, very long, and other times the game's over because one guy got hits in with giants, right?
Right. Okay, here we go. So you get the Mulliganis. I mean, that's even bigger. Oh, but there's the Jiraxos too. No, let's see. Tried to get rid of the Jiraxos, but nope. I mean, Mulliganis trades better and stuff, but it's a bit weak to Big Game Hunter. But on the other hand, like, do you care about Big Game Hunter because
you're gonna have a target that's gonna be weak
like there's gonna be targets for it anyway.
It's one of those matchups. So let's see. So Cipher, I mean, both players have a pretty okay hand going forward here. I mean, Lifecoach playing a Demon Handlock as opposed to just a Handlock. Does that give him an edge over his opponent, or is it even a drawback? What do you think? I don't know enough about a quote-unquote mirror match in this case to make an evaluation.
Sorry, you got cut off there a little bit.
Sorry, do you think Demon Handlock has an edge over Handlock at all?
No, actually, no, no. I don't, but it's a bit weird. It comes down to a lot of like the draws and who gets the giants, and I think it's fairly even. I don't think you get any like meaningful advantage from playing the void colors really. I suppose you could say that there's not enough silences for 2 void colors and 2 drakes. And like the demon locks tend to be a bit more greedy, like in the sense that there's more threats. But yeah, I mean I played a lot of the regular type of handlock, and I've been always doing fine against the demon version.
Oh, so the edge is not substantial enough to...
I don't think it's substantial, no. It might be a small one, but not that big.
Alright, so the if he goes for a Drake here, it's the usual weakness to Ironbeak Owl Coil, but he's going to go for the Void Caller instead, guaranteeing him either a Mal'Ganis or a Jaraxxus, depending on which one comes out once the Void Caller is dead. The upside by playing this is that he can actually trade it away almost guaranteed in any of the 4 drops that Cipher plays, whether it's a Giant or a Drake.
Right.
Just deal with it.
And if this gets silenced, it's like, okay, that's good, because there's a Drake coming up.
Yeah, isn't there a bit of a drawback, though, if a Giant comes out?
Yeah, it is. Like, it's the 3 damage from it is not that meaningful. Oh, Cipher chooses to go for the Drake first. I guess that's fine, because he knows that on turn 5 he can go tap into a Giant. So it's kind of efficient in that way.
Alright, what line of play does a Lifecoach want to take here? He could... I mean, he's playing the Giant next turn if he wants to, the Mountain. Does he ever choose to tap, call, like, Ancient Watcher to develop it to set up Defender? Or do you just try to take the initiative by countering the Drake with your own Drake?
What I'm the most interested in is if he wants to pull out the Demon here or not. Because he could straight in to just get the Mal'Ganis or Jaraxxus on the board, but does he want to do that? I don't know. It's really interesting. He cannot play the Giant here. He can play the Drake. He could play the Drake, or he could tap Watcher. He could look like either one of those things, and then also choose between like getting the Demon or not getting it. But I think you pop the Void Color here. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Maybe the Mal'Ganis and then...
Mal'Ganis would be pretty bad, to be honest. Like, it would be a pretty bad outcome, but ultimately you're still possibly just swinging in because your Twilight Drake can carry you.
Yeah, I mean, if that happened, then the Drake with a Dark Bomb could trade for them.
Yeah, the Mal'Ganis.
Yeah.
And then I guess you do get the initiative, though, because you can play your Mountain Giant on your own terms after he wastes 2 of his mana using the Dark Bomb. So I think there's a good argument to be made for the trade, just because you get the initiative back into a Giant, and that's going to be pretty sick if you already played a BGH on your Mal'Ganis, for instance. I think you're right. Trading away the Void Card might have been fine, but he chose another line to play, and I trust in Lifecoach.
Yeah. Right, Cipher going with Giant here. Lifecoach did get the Jaraxxus here. I'm not sure which one would be better. I mean, that's pretty good. The Mal'Ganis probably would have traded for the Giant or something.
So Hellfire doesn't solve much, unfortunately for Lifecoach.
Not really, no.
And
if he had
Argus doesn't either. Yeah, with Coil it would be great, but I think he's gonna have to tap to find something better, because this is not looking exactly stellar.
That's not helpful.
Well, I guess double trade into Drake is not awful. I mean, Jaraxxus is on 11 health. Hellfire Coil is a big weakness.
Do you even play the Watcher here? Like, I don't feel like that Watcher accomplishes much. It only makes your Giant cost more. Like, is there any point in playing a Watcher?
That's a good question. Wait. I mean, you could go for Watcher Defender next turn. That would allow that development. So you have like 2 5/6s with Taunt.
Right.
And then you're protecting Jaraxxus, assuming it lives at all.
Yeah. I guess it might be okay.
Yeah, but getting the Giant out for 4 mana might be more impactful.
Because it's gonna go to 6 and then it's gonna go 5. So he can like tap into Giant still. Okay, I like not playing it. And so does Lifecoach. I just don't think it's useful at all. For now.
Alright, so Cipher can kill the Jaraxxus. It's not exactly difficult. And better yet, he can play another Giant on the back of that if he wants.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, he's not gonna do it. He's just gonna play Emperor because hey,
just
why not
Emperor,
get
that's
9
also
points?
very good.
Yep. Now Lifecoach won't like this at all. Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. He could go like Giant and then Dark Bomb them. Dark Bomb and hit the Emperor with his Jaraxxus, but
That Shadow Flame is so powerful if it comes out.
Well, it's not even necessary. Like, you could just trade the already damaged giant into the full HP giant. That doesn't feel good when your opponent trades an 8-4 for your 8-8.
Yeah, and all he's got left is a 3-6, so you can play anything you want at this stage.
Yeah.
Good point.
Oh, again, like, if you had a Mortal Coil, this would be much easier.
It's crazy how powerful Mortal Coil is. You have to cut Mortal Coils in your Handlock once to just realize how necessary it is. Like, I've made the mistake of cutting the card a long time ago in Handlock, and I was like, I can probably make do with something else. And I realized I can't. Like, there are too many good opportunities to use it with all this little 3 damage here, 3 damage there, finish off a minion. It's so flexible.
It's funny, like the same thing has happened to me. Like I tried cutting those, and then I end up every time I tried multiple times to cut because you know Handlock is one of those decks that you have like 45 cards that you want to put in there. There's so many good cards that would fit in there, and Mortal Coil is one of the places where I've tried to cut it, and I end up missing it. I'm like, oh, Mortal Coil would be so good here, and Mortal Coil would be so good here. I just end up missing them every time.
Yeah, it's always too good. Like, that's the problem.
Why do I not have them?
Alright, so it looks like Cipher is going to be able to take a pretty commanding board. Honestly, it's looking like he can dictate what ends up happening from here on out. Unless Lifecoach picks up a crazy swing card, which right now doesn't look to be the case.
Right. Oh wow, what a board.
Yeah. In board. Oh! That's a card for Lifecoach. Definitely a card he was looking for. And Mal'Ganis could come out. Wow. Alright, so Lifecoach still not quite out of it yet.
Right.
Might be able to call the shots from here on out if he picks up another big removal, because at this point you're still gonna have to deal with some of the later game of the Warlock. Because funny enough, you know, Drakes and Giants are your early game. It's kind of ridiculous to say that, but like there's follow-ups to that. Like there's a possible Ragnaros. You know, there's possibly Doctor Boom being played in that deck as a given. You know, there's a Lotheb. Jaraxxus could be coming out later. So this BGH is temporary band-aid on the problem.
Yeah. But it's still pretty good.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Yeah.
You gotta do it.
Beast in sights. And also pulling out the Mal'Ganis here. Pretty good.
Should have life tapped after?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I can't imagine that there was a demon that he would rather have than that one. Maybe there was. Like, he wanted to keep the Mal'Ganis in his hand for some reason.
I don't know if there's any other demon in this deck, right? Because even Demon Handlock doesn't run Imp Gang Boss. Maybe he just really wants to lose health to enable Moltens.
Mm-hmm.
Because that could be why he got Mal'Ganis out after tapping. Maybe he found... Yeah, if he found a coil, his turn might have been very different. Because if you coil the 8-1, then you don't have to sacrifice the 3-4. And you can play a bit of a slower game.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
It's true.
Alright.
Go. Boom. So you're gonna leave up the Mal'Ganis? No
I don't
way.
think so.
No. Like, what?
It's too good an opportunity to miss.
No way. Yeah. There's the Dark Bomb. The BGH is gonna stay up, but how worried are you about that? Maybe a little bit.
Well, I mean it's giving you a good Hellfire for Lifecoach, so Lifecoach is pretty happy about this. It's giving him the opportunity to play like double Watcher if you want. Maybe just the single. Yeah,
probably just one and get the tap in. But yeah, it has to be a Hellfire. There's no way anything is better than Hellfire. He could have tapped first, because I think he's going to tap anyway, but it doesn't really matter that much.
Oh, you can play Molten, because why not?
Yeah.
He just took 7 damage. That's exactly... He needs to take 7 or 8. Ended up taking enough to tap and play his Molten. Wow, that's a crazy Boombot RNG.
Yeah.
Cypher's like, perfect. Well played.
Oh my. Like
well
the Boombot.
Played.
This game would look so different if there was one less damage from the Boombot.
Yeah, damage would have been 6 instead of 7 or 8, and Lifecoach's position would be a bit different. Although if it had been one more, double Molten could have come out. And now we would have seen a crazy
that would have been even crazier.
Yeah, 8 damage would have been insane for Lifecoach.
Like right now, this game is not even close to over yet, so...
Yeah, you would think that somebody at 12 health would somehow mean that the game is over, but it's not remotely true.
Yeah, like if you look at Lifecoach's hand, he doesn't have all that much like good stuff to be honest. Like what do you? Yeah, there's some giants. He can play more giants, but that's it. It's all threats. Every single card in his hand is a minion.
So, I mean, you're gonna have to trade into that 9/9. So if you do so, you have to play the Molten, the other Molten, or you play the Mountain. Because I don't mind Mountain into Defender.
Yeah,
I don't want to go for the Molten instead.
Yeah, there has to be the defender. What do you play with the defender? No, he can't.
No, he can't play the Mountain anymore. So he's committing to the Molten Giant, I guess.
Yeah. He could Watcher Molten defender. I guess that's the only thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you play. Yeah.
I like that.
So it's probably you want to taunt off the Watcher, otherwise it's useless. So you play the Molten, you buff the existing. The Molten that's already on the board and the defender. The Watcher. Yeah.
I really like how these two players are playing it. They're presenting threats one after the other. You know, sometimes the games are a blowout, but these aren't. These are games that, for some reason, are going back and forth. Even though Cipher had a crazy lead, Lifecoach picked it up.
Yeah.
Sometime the mid game, late game, the Boombot's RNG just equalizing the game a little bit for him. And right now he's looking a little bit ahead. Unless Cipher picks up a crazy Shadow Flame or a BGH.
Oh, what did you say?
Never mind. Well, then again, he did draw almost like the 2/3 of his deck.
Yeah, he's like way over.
Overdue, right?
Yeah, so it's not like he got it now. It was in a way he was unlucky that he didn't draw it earlier already.
Yeah, but now Cipher can swing the game back in his favor.
Just like that, with one beast in his sights. But what else do you play? I guess Molten is the biggest minion. Probably
so if you tap, you can actually you can play a 3-drop on top if you need to.
Yeah.
But is there even a 3-drop you want to play? Maybe the Watcher on top of this would be good.
Yeah, he could, but also the Watcher doesn't do anything. I think just Molten would be fine.
Lifecoach looking for Shadow Flames. Maybe you don't even play the Molten because you want to negate the potential of a comeback. Okay. Now he picked up the Owl, he can lock down the board and maybe push for lethal next turn.
Yeah, I actually like this. It's pretty good. Like getting that low tap effect seems valuable. So he knows that his board is gonna stick around.
Now Mountain Giant for Lifecoach is looking very appealing.
It is. But does he feel like he has to heal? Because he's down to 10 and he cannot clear this board. And at 10 HP, you don't feel too safe.
Yeah, let's assume he goes for Mountain Defender, he might be afraid of Molten Shadow Flame, and then he's gone.
Yeah, like as much as you want to play the Mountain Giant, if you do it, you cannot play the heal bot. There'll be 11 mana, and Lifecoach would get disqualified from the tournament because that's not okay.
Esports.
Yeah. Emperor.
This would have been a lot better a lot earlier, but it's a little bit late to try to get an Emperor value turn, so Lifecoach is going to have to hope that what he's got in his hand right now can save him. Maybe hoping for a Hail Mary Healbot to save him.
I think he might be dead.
He's going to taunt up as much as he can.
Yeah, but that Hellfire, I think that's going to be it. Hold on, that's lethal.
Because he can
owl the Drake, attack the 2/3 into the 3/4, and the Big Game Hunter into the Watcher, then cast the Hellfire, so the all of the taunts will be cleared, and the low tap is gonna deal the remaining 5 damage, so that is lethal.
Well, let's hope Cipher picks it up. Some people, sometimes you're in a tournament setting, you miss those obvious plays that you otherwise would always find.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the hungry crab of the Handlock mirror match.
Oh man.
Let's hope.
I'm just hoping for Cypher's sake that he... Oh, maybe he still has it with that, but...
Yeah, I think he's still gonna have it with his the owl and the owl and the coil guarantee lethal.
It's still lethal. Phew. Ha! Got me scared there.
Savich was like, "Don't you dare!" All right.
Nice.
So Cipher 2-0 over Lifecoach, who loses his fetish match, I guess, with the Handlock. He's a very proficient Handlock player. but he lost probably one that he felt comfortable going in. But you can't really do much about losing to an Emperor. You know, sometime in the mid game when that hits to your opponent's board, it gives them so much more flexibility. It's hard to contest with.
It sure does. I played a lot of that matchup, and it feels like whoever gets to play the Emperor first has a huge edge.
So there are no players at the moment. Apparently, they what happened there? Four players. All right, so we've got a warrior left on Cipher's side. We've got a patron versus the entire lineup of Lifecoach. That's going to be rough. I mean, patron has had a rough ride so far in the event.
It's true. It's true. But even then, Lifecoach has his own patron left, so Cipher is in excellent shape. The Handlock from Lifecoach is likely to pick up a match against Cipher, against the patrons. It's a favorable matchup for the Handlock. But even then, like, Patron can always do Patron things. Patron can kill in one turn. So, yeah.
That's a great point. I think Handlock, you know, when it initially, when Patron became popular, Handlock was hailed as the counter. But it seems as though when time passed a little bit, people started figuring out how to play Patron against Handlock in order to do better against it. And as a result, it's kind of evened out the matchup a bit, where instead of being like an 80-20 like it was initially, it's more like a 65-35 now in favor of the Handlock.
Okay, fair enough.
I hope it's not the case, because I like Handlock.
Lifecoach is going to start with Druid. I wonder if he's like thinking that Druid is his worst matchup, and we can save some time here if if he plays the one that he's less likely to win with. Because that could be a Lifecoach thing to do.
Is it the worst matchup though? Is Patron is it worse than 50? Even with Darnassus Aspirant giving you a tiny bit more consistency?
I think so. No, because the Aspirant dies to Fiery Vorax anyway. So I would say that this is the unfavorable. Like Handlock is the favorable matchup. Patron Mirror, obviously, that's even. And this is like unfavorable, so... Yeah, and his draw is also like really bad.
Yeah, what do you do with Evil Heckler, actually? Wait, I'm trying to figure out what the Evil Heckler is for. It's got to have a purpose, like a very specific purpose. You know, I mentioned earlier, like it deals with Lothebs, it picks up Sludge Belchers, it kills Emperor Thorson. But is there anything it's really dealing with that's like faster than itself?
I have no idea, to be honest. It's just I guess it trades well with some of the...
Cipher doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, what is that card? Do I really have to face tank 5?
I mean,
maybe that's what Lifecoach is doing. He's like, well, I'm playing 4 mana and I'm dealing 5 to their face. Patrons are going to be face tanking a lot.
I mean, it's a taunt. I guess it's like the Heckler has more stats than something like Senjin. Even though it can be argued that toughness is the more important stats in a taunt, but it does have 9 stats over the 8 of Senjin.
Well, Cipher goes for the full task instead of trading with the Armorsmith.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think that's a good play. I mean, I think that it had to be either slam into Fire Vorax or the Fire Vorax into the Cruel Taskmaster. The Armorsmith should be worth more than that.
Alright.
Because he could potentially pick up something like the Battle Rage, and then having that extra minion, getting that extra draw, most likely quite easily. It's worth quite a bit.
Yeah, it makes sense. So Cipher's got his War Axe already developed. Could slam here to try to get more card draw and pick up possibly a Battle Rage. That would be a big deal.
That's the there it is. That's the perfect card for Cipher. He has even the nice mana for it, so he can Whirlwind and the Battle Rage for 3 cards.
2 mana, draw 3 cards. Looks about right.
Pretty good.
Oh, a coin! No, never mind, it's dead.
It's gonna get killed by the Fire Vorax. Lifecoach with the Emperor coming up and the double combo in his hand already.
Yeah, we were laughing about the odds the Druid beats this, but if Burst comes out, and it probably will, then Lifecoach could still be in this.
Yeah, I mean, that's 22 damage for 9 mana.
And there's a good chance Cipher's comfortable face tanking.
Yeah, he doesn't know what's coming. He saw the slow start from Lifecoach, so he should know that there's like this chance that Lifecoach does have a lot of that combo stuff, but still, like, oh wow, we see him face tank 5 here.
Uh-oh. All Lifecoach has to do is bide his time. Well, sort of. Do you sound off the Armorsmith? and play the powder shredder.
Not bad. I kind of like that. It's like between swipe. No, yeah. I don't think it needs a draw. I don't understand the drawing here. I think that just getting those 2 minions might be better, unless he's worried about like some kind of.
He seems to be wondering about the meaning of life right now. So there's definitely consideration for just trying to get the warrior to stay low on armor and getting the combo to hit him for 22. Or trying to get some more card draw to play the longer game. But I think playing 2 minions still plays a longer game while giving you the ability to...
I think you want to silence that. Because he has the double combo. And playing the Shredder, that really baits the warrior player into taking another 4. Because it's so unlikely that the warrior will use the weapon. The Cipher will use the weapon on the Shredder. So that's 4 to face right there. And it's still going to pop a middle house, I'm sure.
Set up a whirling Zap-O-Matic that he won't be able to handle somehow.
Yeah. Wee.
So another Armor Smith could fall down here.
Yeah.
No, no OTK coming from Cipher just yet. Lifecoach still has a chance.
Cipher needs to be really careful here. He doesn't know how big of a danger he is at. It looks like everything is going his way, but Lifecoach does have that crazy combo. Does play the Armor Smith. Good for him. Drawing another 3 cards.
For a casual 2 mana.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
It's a pretty good deal.
So still doesn't have the whirlwind to just go crazy on the patrons. Now he's probably gonna he's definitely considering killing the Shredder, right?
Yeah.
You can't possibly not want to do that right now. Maybe even play Death's Bite to get the whirlwind effect next turn.
Ooh.
Innervate would be lethal for Lifecoach.
Yeah, it would. Has he
played? Man, he hasn't drawn one yet.
No.
Lifecoach, you got a chance. Lifecoach, this is your time to shine. Show us who's good at this game.
Oh.
Well,
that's a bummer. But he's still in fine shape. I mean, he can kill off the last Armor Smith. He knows that there's no taunts in the warrior. The only thing that's a bit scary is if the warrior was to kill him next turn, because he can basically set up like a certain kill for next turn with the double combo.
So okay, so what if you just play like you kill the Armor Smith with a 4/3 and you play Druid of Claws as a charge face minion?
Yeah.
Because the warrior will be trying to scramble to kill you right away, right? But without Armor Smiths around, he won't be able to armor up anymore unless he's got a shield block. You should be able to push for damage big enough that it's gonna kill him.
Right.
Now the question is, are you dead to a frauding turn if you put another minion on this board? If so, do you panic, Ancient of Lore yourself? Like, what is the play?
No, I think you charge regardless, but then the decision is like whether you swipe face or whether you swipe the 2/2.
Okay.
Like, do you swipe a minion or do you swipe face?
I'd swipe face, honestly, with a hand like this.
Yeah, me too. It doesn't look that scary.
Yeah. No Armor Smiths. Like, Cipher is probably wondering what the hell's going on right now.
Yeah.
Does he have lethal, though? I didn't calculate. He's got 3 plus the frauding. No, he's got 1 whirlwind effect and an inner rage. He can't play the patrons if he plays frauding, so he's looking like lethal comes down next turn.
Yeah, he seems dead.
He looks pretty dead to me.
I mean, he can play a taunt in form of like the unstable ghoul, but that's not enough to stop it. Because the face will hit it for 4. And then the 3 ends are gonna be 18, so even if armor up, if he stays at 18 and gets a taunt, it's still not enough.
This tastes like justice. I'm not even playing the game and it tastes like justice right now.
Wait, is this somehow lethal?
I think the ghoul might enable it. That's why I ask. I think maybe the inner rage with the ghoul is enough to kill the opponent. Because that's 2 whirlwind effects on a 7 minion board.
7 minions, so it's 7 and then 6.
Oh, is he gonna rope? No way. No way he ropes. He's making trades.
Oh,
1 damage lost from the Armor Smith.
I think he lost some damage there.
No, he lost 1 and then he made 2 on the frauding, so it's overall a bit better. It's exactly lethal. 1 over lethal, actually. Cipher picks up the game, so never mind. It doesn't smell like justice. Cipher went all in 3-0 over Lifecoach. He's just, headbanging. I guess he's pretty happy about the win. So congratulations to Cipher. You've made it out of today. 2 wins in 1 day. Pretty convincing performance from the Fade 2 Karma player.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see him in Phase 2, I guess.
Well done. That was like, wow. How did I miss the little? Yeah, but so much burst.
Mathematics.
I wonder, like, if he swiped the minion, I think he would have won actually. Like Lifecoach, if he chose to go for the swipe on the 2/2, because he would take 2 less from that one, and
You're
also
right.
it would not be there for the whirlwind effects anymore.
Yeah, actually, if he had swiped that minion, he would have won.
I think Cipher might have
absolutely
been
right.
like Cipher might have been like 1 off or so.
He
if
would have
swiped
been. He
minion.
would have been maybe even 3 off because he lost the damage from the gnomish and 1 from the whirlwind effect. Even 3. Like he lost 2 from the ghoul blowing up as well. So yeah, overall, I think Lifecoach would have won if he'd swiped the other minion. But I can't fault him for doing what he did.
Yeah. So
I would have probably done the same.
Yeah. Because he knew that both armor smiths were gone, but if he swipes the minion and the warrior has a shield block, I think it's possible that with a shield block, the warrior would have healed back from like out of range basically, and with no emperor played from Cipher yet, I can't really blame Lifecoach for that.
Yeah. So we'll see if Lifecoach can make it out of the losers match a bit later. We'll have Losta versus Zalay next, and then whoever wins that match will be moving on to face off against Lifecoach, who made it already through 2 matches. You know, he won the first one, lost the second one, could win the third one to move on to the next phase. So there's still a chance for Lifecoach. He's not quite out of it yet. But before we cast Losta versus Zalay, we'll be taking a short break. So yeah. We'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. You guys have a nice one. Do not go anywhere.
From east to west, heroes are sent, seeking glory in the greatest of events. There are knights on noble steeds, those who will break them to their knees. There are monsters to test their mettle at every turn. Legends will rise based on their merits. There's even pirates riding parrots. It's the grand